It's a great team.
2003 marked the 90th edition of the race, but more importantly, it marked the race's centenary year. The aim was to retrace as much of the original route as possible, but it began with a prologue around the streets of Paris. This year, Ulrich looks serious.
You could see the fastest time now go to Jan Ullrich.
Well, the one man in the world, Lance Armstrong has always said he respects and fears is this man. He is the classiest bike rider in the world, but there are times when he lets himself down. If he's come back, then hats off to him. Jan Ullrich is receiving the applause of the crowd now. I think he's got the best time. It is not far to the line. The big man is back. Ullrich has had 4th place finishes in the prologue. He's going to slot in #1 at the moment. Listen to the crowd. 7:28.6. There's 6 seconds, 5, 4 as Armstrong races to the line. Is this going to be a perfect opening? No, it is not. Bradley McGee has won for Australia, but Armstrong has made it perfectly clear he is very much in for a 5th win in this year's Tour de France. He crosses the line in, well, the clocks continue to count, so I can't tell you, but about 6 or 7. The team were riding well together, but what about Armstrong himself? There were doubts in the peloton about his form. He was about to be tested to his very limits. Hamilton hanging on to the coattail of Armstrong as he continues with his broken collarbone. If he jumps out of the saddle, you'll see his face wince with pain. The doctors take him away at night, they examine him and tell him if he is doing any long-term damage. And he comes out of those examinations smiling.
Comes out of his examination smiling. He's got a joke for everybody. He's raised the morale of the team. I cannot believe the way he's sitting here on the shoulder of Lance Armstrong. And if you get a glimpse at his jersey there, which is open to try and keep him cool, he's got a bandage right across his broken clavicle, which is quite remarkable. The race now is made up of 4 riders. It's all together. Oh, Hamilton's gone.
Believe it. Hamilton has gone this time. He's attacking Lance Armstrong. It hasn't worked. Armstrong's reacted. But Lockie also going. Once you have one attack, you have another. We've never seen a climb like this before.
We've never seen anybody attacking the leader quite as repetitive as this.
They believe he's vulnerable. They actually believe Armstrong can be beaten.
The only way he can be beaten is if several riders attack him consistently over and over again. And that's what they've decided to do. That's what the big leaders of the Tour de France say that they will do to try and dislodge Armstrong from the top. You don't catch him out like that, though.
The riders around him as somebody is going to... That's Vinokurov, I think. Alexander Vinokurov has had a move from the front. You see, they're sensing there is a chance to beat Armstrong.
They are going at him like an automatic rifle. It's bang, bang, bang. As soon as they feel they're slowing down, somebody else goes off the front end of the main group here. Jan Ullrich has ridden an unbelievable race here, Phil. He's trying to ride himself back up to the wheel of Lance Armstrong. Well, this is remarkable. The man at the front of the race, Iban Mayo, now has a 1-minute 45-second advantage over Alexander Vinokurov, who's almost a minute in front of Lance Armstrong. He started the day a minute 58 behind Armstrong. Armstrong's going to have to turn the gas up over the last 2 Ks.
Hamilton tried, just nudged a little, then Armstrong was on him straight away. Look at the face here. Jan Ullrich has never finished worse than second. Here goes Belocchi. Another desperate move. Armstrong not a sign on his face of any effort. He's out of the saddle and he's straight onto the slipstream of Belocchi.
Hamilton's gone. Hamilton's been put in difficulty this time by that acceleration, but he's been brave. He's attacked.
But the Spanish will enjoy this moment, and in particularly those who come from the Basque Country. They love their sport of cycling. This man now is an absolute hero back home. And Armstrong is determined now to take the 3rd place, and this is for the yellow jersey as well. He may have been beaten on the climb, but he will be the leader of the Tour de France. The American, and that's a matter of honour, I think, has taken 3rd place at about 2 minutes and 13 seconds. The duel in the mountains between Lance Armstrong and last year's 2nd place rider Joshiba Belocchi was looking like it was going to be the story of the 2nd week. But matters would take an unexpected turn for the worse for one of those riders on a final descent into Gap.
He's only leading by 10 seconds. The difficult thing on a day like this is in fact the toe, and Belocchi's gone down. Armstrong's off the road as well. Armstrong complete control there. He's into the field, but what a great bike rider. He's gone across. This is unbelievable. I've never seen this before. Armstrong went across the field there. He's back on the road at 4 kilometers to go. What great reflexes from the man from Texas. Tyler Hamilton coming along there. touching him on the shoulder. This is unbelievable.
Yoshiba Boloki's hopes of winning the 2003 Tour de France would end here on the roads of the 9th stage on the road into Gap. He would be taken to hospital and x-rays would reveal a broken leg, elbow and finger. But nobody could take anything away from the victory of Alexander Vinokourov.
With serious challenges like Boloki literally falling by the wayside, Jan Ullrich was the last man with a realistic chance of beating Armstrong.
Ullrich was looking superbly concentrated on the starting ramp, and as he rolled away, he was able to combine the incredible aerodynamics with the superb power that only he knows he's got. Coming out to the early time checks, Ullrich was setting the race on fire with the fastest time at 13 kilometres. But for Lance Armstrong, this was a very important moment in his career as he was about to ride down the ramp with a rendezvous with destiny. For the Texan, this was probably the most important time trial of his whole career to date.
This is the big finish now of Jan Ullrich, and now have we got a man who can take on Lance Armstrong in the Pyrenees? He's certainly done it in the time trial. This is an absolutely incredible ride. We have ridden at 47 kilometres, almost 30 miles, and over terrain that you really wouldn't ride without getting out of the saddle, and this man is going to break the hour. Jan Ullrich comes to the line inside 1 hour for 47 kilometres. Look at his face. This has been a special day out for Jan Ullrich. He's won 4 time trial stages of the Tour de France in his career. This could be his 5th. Ullrich drives up the straight here now. He's going to beat the hour, 58:32.92. Now, Lance, it's all up to you.
Good ride. Here's Armstrong right now. He was on the tailcoats of Iban Mayo. He's accelerating towards the finishing line. He's not going to beat Jan Ullrich. Look at the time, 58:32. Armstrong is well outside of that. But you know what, Phil? This is not a man who is weak. This is not a man who is giving up, but he's actually fighting to keep himself in the yellow jersey. He will do that without too much of a problem. But Jan Ullrich is going to be within 1 minute of Lance Armstrong in the overall classification tonight.
But nobody has broken the hour except Jan Ullrich for the ride today. Armstrong has made a race of this. It's been a huge struggle for him. 1 hour and 8 seconds as Lance Armstrong crossing the line. He will keep his leader's yellow jersey, but he is yet again reminded he is in the toughest scrap at any Tour de France he has ever won.
Ein Sieg ist immer gut, und ich bin hergekommen, um eine gute Tour zu fahren, und jetzt habe ich meinen Etappensieg, und ich habe im Zeitfahren noch nie Lance Armstrong geschlagen bei der Tour, und jetzt in meinem Comeback-Jahr, wo ich eigentlich als Vorbereitung machen wollte für nächstes Jahr, gelingt es mir, und das war einfach, also ich bin sprachlos. Morgen fangen die Pyrenäen an. Ich denke mal, Pyrenäen ist das Highlight der Tour, weil es einfach so schwer ist. 4 Tage, ganz schwer. Und jetzt genieße ich erstmal heute. Denke noch gar nicht an morgen, weil ja, es ist alles möglich. Dieses Jahr ist alles möglich.
Anything is possible, said Jan Ullrich. He wasn't wrong about that. The Pyrenees would see some of the most dramatic bike racing in the whole 100-year history of this great event. The peloton still had their suspicions about Armstrong's core fitness, and a confident Ullrich was ready.